What is up, guys? In today's video, we're going to be going over everything you need to know about Fortnite Chapter 5 Season 2. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you like to see more, and comment down below what you think of the changes, what you're most excited to try out, and just in general, what the best thing you think about this season or what stands out to you the most. Before we get into the information, I just want to touch on the fact that no one has been able to play yet. So Fortnite extended the downtime by 8 hours. So the game should probably be playable around 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern time. So everything I talk about in this video is going to be like leaks and weapon stats and things like that. We have a lot of information about the season and the content in the season, but I have not been able to play. I know in the past I made update videos and wouldn't play sometimes and use old gameplay like I am for this video, and people didn't like it. But obviously today is a special case because the downtime is all day long, and there likely will be queues to try to get into the game afterwards. So I really don't know how likely it is that people are going to be able to play today, but we're still going to talk about the changes and what to expect with the new season. So first of all, we're going to talk about the map changes. So we got 4 new POIs and 2 new biomes. In the top left corner, we have the kind of underworld biome, and in that biome, we have the underworld and Grim Gates POIs. In the bottom right corner, we have the Olympus biome, and in that biome, we have Mount Olympus and the Brawlers Battleground POIs. This means that Ritzy Riviera and Hazy Hillside are gone, along with kind of the other locations around them, like the unnamed like landmarks and stuff. Ruined Reels has also become restored Reels, and it's now all like fixed up and everything. And I expect there to be other changes to a lot of the kind of carryover POIs from last season. There'll likely be like minor differences with how they are, but they're still like mostly the same POI. The only POIs that are completely gone are going to be Ritzy Riviera and Hazy Hillside. There is also new medallions added to the game. So the medallions and the bosses from last season are gone, and then we have new medallions in the game. They do work a bit differently though. You no longer just regenerate shield for having them, and instead they grant abilities. They'll still give away your location though if you have these medallions. So the abilities are going to be siphoned from the underworld. So upon eliminations, if you have this medallion in your inventory, you will get some HP back. As of right now, we don't know how much health it'll be upon elimination, but that one sounds very good. The Grim Gate medallion will give you a dash ability. I'm thinking something like the 0-point dash, if you guys have played when the 0-point fish or the twin mag, the blink SMG was in the game, or any of the 0-point effects. You could basically like double jump and then you would dash side to side or forward depending on how you were moving. Increased damage with ranged weapons from the Brawlers Battleground POI. This one sounds pretty busted. And then increase speed and jump height while sprinting if you have the medallion from Mount Olympus. So I think the Underworld and Brawlers Battleground medallion sound like the best. And one difference with this season compared to last is last season with the boss locations and the medallions, they were pretty much spread around the map, right? But with this season, we have 2 new biomes, and both those biomes have 2 medallions each. So if you land at one of the new areas, you're probably going to be able to push and get one of the other ones before somebody from the other kind of medallion era gets to you. So I expect to kind of run into a lot of 2 medallion players if you don't land at one of those new biomes. I do kind of like that the 2 better ones are split. Like, I think Siphon and the increased damage sound to be the best. So having them be on opposite sides of the map, I think is a good thing. Just make it a bit harder for somebody to get both of those like really good medallions, you know? We have a few new weapons. The Gatekeeper shotgun is a high fire rate, high damage shotgun. It sounds really busted by the stats. I'll have it on screen now. But the catch here is that it has low range. It has like a weird triangular reticle, which I think is going to make it harder for you to hit like perfect shots, you know? And then it also has only 3 rounds in the magazine before you have to reload. So this kind of feels like it'll be an all or nothing style shotgun. If you get on somebody and get those shots off quick and you hit them, you can like get that kill. But if you miss any of your shots or get unlucky or, you know, whatever happens, then it could just completely like sell your game. I think it's also going to be harder to like make this weapon work in team game modes. And the mythic version of this can be found from the Cerberus boss at Grim Gate. The Warforged AR sounds really good. It has a solid damage and fire rate. Seems like a better version of the MK Alpha if you guys played in Chapter 4. They both have a very similar fire rate, with the Warforged having a 7.2 and the MK Alpha had a 7. So it's like basically the same. But the Warforged AR does have higher damage though. The MK Alpha Legendary had 26 damage, which is what the green version of this Warforged AR has. So it's like several rarities better as far as damage goes. The description does say that it has high recoil, but we'll kind of have to see how that plays out in game, because like the descriptions for weapons can be weird. And then we also have weapon attachments in the game, so like you can kind of get by, you know, using those recoil reducing attachments. And there is a mythic version of this weapon that can be found from the Ares boss at Brawler's Battleground. The Harbinger SMG shoots a bit slower, but hits a bit harder than the Hyper SMG from last season. And the common Harbinger has the same damage as Valera's Mythic Hyper SMG. That's how much like higher the damage is, but the fire rate is a bit slower. This can be found from the Hades NPC at the Underworld POI. It might be a good SMG, but it doesn't sound like that ridiculous to me. I think it'll just kind of be like a solid SMG. The Huntress DMR is a new DMR that is going to be very hard hitting, but it also has a very slow fire rate. It's best to kind of think of this as like a semi-auto sniper, I think. Like DMRs are kind of always a hybrid between an AR and a sniper, but this is much more leaning towards the semi-auto sniper style. The base DMR we had in chapters 3 and 4 was much slower than the Cobra or thermal DMRs, and this one shoots even slower. It has a 1.5 fire rate, where the base DMR had a 2.5 fire rate. The mythic version can be found from the Zeus NPC at the Mount Olympus POI. And the way the fire rate stat works in Fortnite is it's shots per second. So this weapon will shoot 1.5 shots per second. So it's going to be pretty slow. We also got a new drum gun, and compared to the old one, this one shoots a bit faster. It has an 8.1 fire rate instead of 8. So they're basically the same. And it has 1 less damage per rarity than it did in the past. And there also is a Midas version, but I don't think the Midas NPC is currently on the map, and he'll kind of be a part of an event later on in the season, but I could be wrong. We also have some other mythics or like kind of new Greek mythology style weapons, and I don't think these are exclusive to the bosses. I think these will either spawn in just chest loot or in the kind of special Olympus and Underworld chests. I'm not exactly sure how this works out, but I'm pretty sure there's multiple of these on the map, and it's not exclusive to a boss or anything. These are going to be the Icarus wings. These will be wings that allow you to fly around. Sounds like a pretty interesting item. The Zeus Thunderbolt and Hades chains. And again, like it sounds like these would be exclusive to a boss, but like based on things that I've read, it seems like there's going to be multiple instances of these on the map, and it's not just like one specific mythic. Kind of think of it like when we had the mythic turtle stuff in the game. They were mythic rarity, but there were several of them. That's kind of what I expect from these kind of Greek mythology items. I don't think that it's just one on the map per game. I think there's going to be several. We'll have to see though. Some other returning items from past Fortnite seasons are going to be the hand cannon, the tactical AR, impulse grenades, and chug splash. Items that were vaulted this season from last are going to be the crash pad juniors, the grapple blade, the ballistic shield, the EMP stealth camo and cardboard box items, the lock-on pistol, the hyper SMG, the striker AR, the enforcer AR, the anvil rocket launcher, bananas, and then obviously the mythic weapons and the medallions from last season. And so the only weapons returning from last season are the hammer pump shotgun, the frenzy auto shotgun, the nemesis AR, the thunder burst SMG, the Reaper sniper rifle, and the Ranger pistol. So I'm sure a lot of you watching this video are very disappointed with the Frenzy auto shotgun and Reaper sniper rifle returning from last season. Kind of regardless about how you feel of those items, having the top tier like meta items carry over, it can be pretty disappointing at times. So I kind of expect us to have a pretty similar meta to what we had last season. It obviously can be hard to tell without playing the game, and again, like, I apologize for that. This is a very unique circumstance with like the downtime being literally all day long, and then there likely being queues. but it can be hard to tell without playing the game. But I expect the Frenzy Auto shotgun to still be probably the best shotgun. I expect the Reaper sniper rifle to be very impactful. And then obviously, I think of the new weapons, I think the Warforged AR will be quite good. The Gatekeeper shotgun might be good. It might be inconsistent. I think it'll be hard to make that work in team game modes, but in solos, it might be really good. But I still think the Reaper sniper rifle will be one of the best weapons in the game, if not like the best weapon in the game. For weapon mods this season, you'll have to go to these bunkers, which will have the workbenches, and these will unlock probably like halfway through the match or some point during the match. These weapon bunkers will unlock. Kind of think of how like radio towers would spawn in at a set zone. I think that's how these bunkers will work. And as far as new attachments go, we currently know about the thermal scope, which will give your weapon thermal vision. This will likely be very good on the snipers and the DMRs. And then a speed grip attachment, which will make you move faster while aimed down sight. So you'll be able to strafe side to side faster. I think this will be pretty good with like SMGs and maybe shotguns if you're someone who likes aiming in with shotguns, but I don't really see myself using the speed grip attachment that much. And then on screen now, I'll have the victory and ranked umbrellas for this season if that's something that you're interested in. And that's kind of everything we know about this season. Let me know what you guys think. I am happy with the amount of map changes we have. That's always kind of what I'm most looking forward to with a new season, and we did get a solid amount of map changes this season. I'm interested to see how the medallions play out. And then I'm kind of sad that the Frenzy Auto and the Reaper Sniper Rifle are still going to be in the game. I would have liked more of a change as far as the meta goes. Yeah, that is going to be it for this video. Let me know what you guys think. Like I said earlier, I'm sorry that I could not have played the season already and gotten like more gameplay and of the season and the items and more information. But I thought that you guys would still like to kind of hear about what changed in the new season, especially if it's going to be down all day and then likely a queue, because like sometimes there's a login queue in Fortnite if a lot of people are getting on at once, and that can somewhat be alleviated by having people trickle on over the course of the day. So like if the servers come on at like 5 a.m. Eastern time, then there's not as many people in like North America getting on like super early in the morning, because you know, like some people have school, some people have work, and some people don't feel like waking up at like super early in the morning to play a new Fortnite season, right? So the player base kind of increases over time, especially in North America, but even in other regions, like it trickles on over time. But having the downtime last this long into the day and then having everyone kind of get on midday or kind of evening time when more people are able to play, I think there's likely going to be a somewhat long login queue. I could be wrong, but that's kind of like what I expect for this. And that's kind of why I wanted to make this video, not only to tell you guys the information, but also tell you guys that like the downtime is extended for a while and that there likely will be a login queue, because I know not everybody kind of is refreshing social media constantly to see like what Fortnite status or what Fortnite leakers are saying. But again, I apologize for this video being the way it was. If you guys enjoyed it, give it a like. Sub if you'd like to see more. Let me know what you guys think of the season down in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.